Welcome back, everybody. So today I just thought I would give you some insights in terms of what has been going on at this end, and obviously some insights in terms of what I think is going on in markets, and just some recent updates and opinions on a few different things. Now, first of all, I have been quite quiet on YouTube, and there's a few different reasons for that. So one of them being that throughout December, well, let's just give you some more context. Like, I run a few different businesses, and one of them businesses is a digital agency. So we do a lot of things with software development, website development, advertising, etc., 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 etc. And throughout December, we had a lot of pressure from clients in terms of deliverables and different types of KPIs. So obviously there was a big push throughout into the new year, and obviously when the new year came, these clients were very much on our backs again in terms of pushing for deadlines and getting things out the door. So my attention has been a little bit kind of focused on the business and obviously a few other different things what I've got going on throughout the month of January. I have been doing this running with a lot of friends. So every single January we call it Ranuary, and we see how many kilometers and miles we can run throughout January. So I have been doing this and obviously been competing, and I'm currently number one. I mean, it wouldn't surprise you, would it? But anyway, I've been doing a lot of running, and been running probably about 15 to 20 kilometers every single day. And as you can probably imagine, that takes up a lot of time, especially when it comes to obviously running, obviously sauna, ice bath, showering, etc. I mean, that's a lot of time, and that time I would typically do these YouTube videos. So obviously coming into January, I won't be running as much, so I can definitely give more attention to YouTube. Also, as well, to give you some more context, the Instagram account DC Economics has been shadow banned. Now, I've been shadow banned significantly for the last 4 months. I mean, I think a lot of it was to do with my opinions on Trump and Bitcoin, and obviously talking about the implications of Trump for markets and Bitcoin. And obviously throughout the election, I don't think me talking about them certain things was very well received. So strangely, as soon as Trump got into office, my account was kind of lifted. The restrictions were kind of lifted. And I just want to say as well, like, I'm very kind of thankful for a lot of people who engage with the posts and share it to their stories, because this really helps in terms of reach, because that was the only way to kind of grow the channel, is through them avenues, is through people sharing it to their stories. So again, thank you very much. Obviously I'm still going to be doing Instagram and kind of trying to transition some of that traffic over from Instagram to YouTube. But obviously, as you can imagine, YouTube is a very different format. It takes a lot of time, energy, and especially when it comes to editing and doing videos. And the thing is, I kind of struggle. I'm getting better at it, and I'm hoping to get even more better at it doing YouTube in comparison to doing Instagram. So that is a little bit about me out the way. Obviously, when it comes to markets, there's been a lot of things going on over the past couple of weeks. Obviously, with Trump getting into office, the executive orders, policy. I mean, I think what's quite refreshing, I think a lot of people find it quite refreshing as well, is that with Trump in obviously as president, I think he's giving a lot more transparency in terms of what is actually going on, especially when it comes to the previous administration. You didn't really know who's running what and what is actually happening. Now, obviously, Trump has signed a lot of these executive orders, and there's been a lot of volatility globally, and obviously in different types of markets and sectors. So I think overall, I think it's quite positive. I think it's very, very positive for the US. I mean, what that means for other markets globally, I think a lot of people are trying to figure that out. Now, over the past couple of days, we've seen a massive update when it comes to AI. Now, we have seen a company called Deepseek, and I've been playing around with Deepseek for probably the past couple of days, and it is very, 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 very good, especially when it comes to development and kind of like programming, and obviously doing a lot of like analysis and looking at data, etc., etc. And the thing is, obviously, as soon as that was released, there was a lot of kind of news around that model not necessarily needing the amount of compute in comparison to other models. Now, I just want to touch on this a little bit, because I think it's very, very, very important, and that is the anticipation that these models are not necessarily going to be needing the same amount of compute. Now, the thing is, if you have let's say, piece of software where it doesn't necessarily require as much compute in terms of getting the desired output. Why would you stop, let's say, purchasing the amount of GPUs, what is required in terms of getting that amount of output? Because the thing is, you would just scale on the software side, you would just kind of scale it up even more. It's obviously more efficient. So people are not necessarily going to be buying the amount of compute. I just think is a little bit ridiculous. I am going to be doing more in-depth videos just in terms of what I think are great opportunities coming into 2025. To give you a little bit more background, I used to do a lot of investing, and I still do a lot of investing in Bitcoin mining businesses and Bitcoin related businesses. Now, I think there's a big opportunity, especially when it comes to Bitcoin mining businesses and a few other different types of companies what have exposure to that specific sector. And I don't think a lot of people are paying too much attention to it. So I'm not necessarily going to go into detail in this video, but I'm going to do it in the next video. I just thought I would just jump on and get a video out and make sure that everybody doesn't think that I have disappeared. I am very much here, and I will be doing obviously a lot of future videos in the future. And yeah, I think it's very, very exciting. 2025. I think there's going to be a lot of volatility. I don't really think the market is going to zoom up to all-time highs. I don't think we're going to get a 20% gain like we did last year. I think it very much is a trader's market, especially when it comes to Trump policy. The amount of people who are tweeting all the time, who have a lot of influence, obviously that can kind of move price action. So anyway, I am rambling on. I'm still here. And to the 4 people who watch me, I hope you're having a lovely day. Thank you very much. See you in the next video. Bye-bye.